Good day to you, it's GotAUkulele.com, back with a brand I featured before. The brand is called VTAB, and you may recall that at the end of 2017 I reviewed the year and I gave VTAB the accolade of GotAUkulele Brand of the Year. That wasn't to say that they make the best instruments in the world, it's not to say they make the cheapest instruments in the world, but for the money that they were charging, the models that I looked at were absolutely terrific. You're really getting a very good deal. Now, both of those models were not solid, totally solid. I had a solid top instrument that I looked at, and I looked at an all laminate. They also have a range that goes a bit above that, which is made of all solid woods, and that's what I wanted to have a look at. And this is their concert, FS-C25, all solid concert ukulele in all solid mahogany. They also do a tenor version of this, and they also do an acacia version of this concert, again all solid, but this is the concert version, all solid glossed mahogany, and I think it looks really classy. You know me, I don't like super blingy stuff. This has got just the right amount of detailing. I think it's quite a pale mahogany, two pieces on the top, two pieces on the sides with a wooden strip on the joint, and two pieces on the very arched slightly arched back, but the grain is really straight. It's really attractive, and actually for mahogany, which is usually quite a dull wood, I'm under fluorescent light here, so this isn't probably going to work, but it's got some real sort of, yes you can, some real sort of flame and shimmer in the grain. That's fantastic for mahogany. I think it's really pretty. It's decorated black edge binding with some white purfling on the top and the back, and inlaid sound hole in black and white round the sound hole rosette. And I think that works well as well. It's not overdone. They could have used abalone and lots of bling, but it's not that. It's simple and it works with the classy wood. The bridge is made of black walnut. It's a pin bridge, as you can see, so those are plastic bridge pins like on an acoustic guitar, and that saddle is bone and compensated. The whole thing is finished in a gloss. The glosses on other VTAB instruments that I reviewed were absolutely amazing for the money. I mean, they were flawless. Now this one is flawless as well. There's no pooling, there's no issues, but it's got a kind of very, you can't see it, but it's got a very kind of slight roughness to it, very slight. This is a really minor gripe, and I think that will probably go with a bit of a polishing cloth on it, but it's still really nice, and it's real. You can see how mirror it is. It's really decent. Looking inside, really tidy, thin bracing, notched linings. The VTAB model number and brand is there embossed on the center strip. I like that. And that top wood is really thin as well. This is a delicate instrument, but a really well made one. I can't find anything wrong with it down here. Up to the neck, this is mahogany, three pieces with the joint at the heel and the headstock, but I love the dark shimmery colour of that neck. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's really nice. Yeah, glossed, but it's not sticky. More rounded than I would like on the profile, typically Chinese, so a very round profile here. I like them much flatter, but it is 36mm across at the nut, 28mm string spacing from G to A, so that's plenty comfortable. A fairly standard for a concert, 18 nickel silver frets with 14 to the body. They're dressed impeccably well, and it's helped by the fact that it is edge bound, which hides the frets. Absolutely no sharp edges there at all. We've got a walnut fingerboard, more black walnut, again paler than I would like, but that's not VTAB's fault, that's down to CITES restricting rosewood trade. We got dot position markers at 5, 7, 10, double at 12, one at 15, and they are repeated with white dots in the black on the side. Really nice. Bone nut setup on this, I wouldn't change anything, it's just fine. And then the real sort of showstopper is the slotted headstock. I'm a real sucker for slotted headstocks. Very pretty. The VTAB logo there in abalone inlaid, it looks better in this light than it does in other rooms in my house. I think it gets a bit lost. I think it would look nicer if it was a white pearl. You can't really read it. Well, you can if you get the light right on it, but you know, at a glance it looks more like that. That's again a minor gripe. And we've got rear facing geared chrome tuners with vintage style buttons. They're very like the ones you get on the Kala Acacia solids with the slot head. Turning these, I mean, they work just fine, but one or two are slightly stiffer than the others, which always annoys me. And as part of the deal, you get a set of nylon strings and the usual functional VTAB gig bag. Functional only. It's not the greatest gig bag in the world, but it'll keep the knocks off. But a confession to make: the nylon strings I always like to review instruments with the stock strings, because most people are going to change them anyway, and what they're going to change them for might not necessarily be what I changed them for. But I snapped one, so this review is played with what I put on. I put some Seaguar fishing line fluorocarbon on, which is what I use on most of my instruments. But one thing I will say though, whilst I don't mark reviews down in the score for strings, is I really didn't like the D'Addario nylon strings it came with. I would be changing them. But there we are. So really well made, really nice looking. My gripes are minimal. That finish just needs a bit of a polish down, slightly grindy tuner up there. Didn't like the nylon strings, but $250. Yeah. All solid mahogany with that level of appointment, gloss bindings, slot head, $250, £185 in the UK. Here we go again with VTAB, offering you much more than you would expect for the money. I think that is a terrific price for an instrument like this. It's made well, it's balanced, it's not overly heavy. I really love the look of it. It's simple and classy. It just, it's not trying to be too much. What's wrong with it, And sound, okay, it's not a Kamaka, it's not a top-end instrument, but it's got reasonably good sustain, good volume, and it's a lot brighter than I would expect for a mahogany. Like that. It's quite jangly. Yeah, I like that. I like it picked more though. It's really chiming. Enough from me. I really like this. This is great. Once again, VTAB are doing nothing here to put me off that accolade I gave them. No, I'm not waxing too lyrical. No, it's not the highest end instrument in the world, but this is under £200. If you're in the market for snails, Kalas, Ohanas, you really should be looking at this, because I think you're getting better value with this. I think you're getting a nicer finish, you're getting detailing. This sort of spec for Kala would cost you considerably more. The VTAB FS-C25 Concert, all solid mahogany, available on their website, but also in some physical stores too. Uke Shop in the UK, Steve Kyle is holding these. And I'm really pleased about that, because I think they're a good brand. well worth checking out. I'll be back next week. We've got something very special coming, and I'll see you soon.